The pillows are fluff thanks to Miss Emily. The couch is wide enough, join the family. It's all love while we laugh at perps criminalities. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup at hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please, the puppies need me. Ooh, oh, please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credential stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup and hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh please, the puppies need me. Oh please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credentialed stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup that hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.
Sorry about that. Hello, Sofa Squad. How is everybody doing? I hope y'all are well. Y'all already know the drill. You know what I'm talking about. Dropping number one. If you can hear me talking, if you can hear me hollering, if you can hear me screaming. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Crafting. Hello, everybody. First and foremost, welcome the wonderful mods to the channel, to the sofa. Thank y'all for keeping everything, the sofa cushions fluffed and all that fun stuff here. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Easter that celebrates Easter. And I hope everybody has had a wonderful weekend all together. Okay. Now, Monday cannot get here soon enough. All right. And y'all know why. So a couple of things. Okay, please help. Oh, Summer got a new cup. That's so cool. You're sipping it from the cup. I love that. Thank you so much. So basically what I want to do is just kind of like talk about next week, what that's going to look like, so on and so forth and whatnot. So I am traveling. I'm in Asheville, so I'm reporting live from a hotel room. And so we're going to stream tomorrow like normal, starting at I'll sign on a little bit before 2, but, technically 2 o'clock. So first thing we'll talk about, obviously, is tomorrow, Lori Daybell closing arguments. I mean, it is what it is, right? We'll see what she has to say. I don't think it's going to be that big. She did state that she, the state said they were going to be like an hour, and Lori was like way less than that. So I don't think she's going to take that long. I think she's obviously had the whole weekend to kind of stew, and go over it. So I think it's going to be kind of like not surprising at this point because she doesn't surprise us, but surprised in the way of like, oh, so that's what you have to say. Okay, go, right? Hold on one second. So there's that. So then let's keep talking for a second. So what I want to do, I made a quick little reporting live from the truck video that I'll put up in the morning. I go more in depth on this, but I looked at 3 of the videos that a lot of you have told me to look at, which is like Kay's interview, Larry's interview, and Colby's video after like the first day or whatever. I forget. It's like today was hard or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but I made some commentary on that. And then I kind of talked at the end of it about the, how do we say it? How this week's going to possibly look with not uploads, but live chats and stuff like that. So here's a couple of things going. So I personally let's pretend that we get into court tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? And everything's good. Like Lori doesn't say, I want to testify or do any kind of weird stuff at the very end, or hasn't filed weird stuff, or it's like we're getting in there, we're going into closing arguments. My take is probably what will happen is closing arguments. And again, I don't know any insider information. This is just off the sofa. Will take place before lunchtime. Then lunchtime, we get back. Maybe by, they get everything done and we can go in and they take the case. I feel like the jury has been very thorough and asked questions that a lot of us are like, yeah, this seems like they're getting it. They're this, that, whatever. I would like to venture to say I think that they will have a verdict by the end of the day. I don't think this is a very complicated case in that way. I think it's very not open and shut, but the state did such a good job at connecting all of the dots. And please hold 1 second. I'm going to mute it while I drink this. Okay, sorry. I don't want to gross some of y'all out by going bleh, bleh, bleh. They did such a good job at laying the foundation. And I saw Chaz ask about the floods here. We'll talk about Asheville here in a second because I talked about it in my little video for tomorrow too. But I'll tell you about that in a second. For sure. So in a perfect world, I think we could have the verdict tomorrow is what I'm getting at. Okay. Now there's two things going for that. Okay. On the 22nd, Karen Reed's trial starts, second trial. Now, this is such a divisive trial that I'm not, I don't know, right? But I desperately want to watch the opening statements at minimum, right? So this is my thought process. Pretend we don't get a verdict tomorrow for Lori. I'm going to have a live chat set up ready to go so that Tuesday I can stream the Karen Reed openings and watch those and pretend halfway through the openings, they're like, we have a verdict for Lori. We're going to switch back over to Lori then, a separate live chat, obviously, or whatever, and do that. I think they give us I think Emily sent me something. I think it's like an hour notice or something like that. So we'll have plenty of notice time to catch it. From a legal standpoint, I am so interested to see how Karen Reed's second trial goes because there is a lot at stake for everybody, like for her, for the state, whatever. I was listening to a thing and driving to Asheville today on it, and pardon me. So we'll see. And yeah, Dee Dee. Oh wait, no, hold on. I said something. Jersey Reds, the same thing. I'm not following too much fighting. That's my one thing. It's going to be that is such a divisive case. So if it's just like meaning in the chat, it's not worth it to me, right? So we'll see, right? Because people feel one way or the other, and everybody kind of wants to kill each other over it, which is just whatever. But very soon time will tell, right? Because it's going to trial, so we will see. On that trial, here's the thing. I think the state has now said, oh, this is what went wrong in the first trial, so we're going to come back at it with this. And obviously, Karen's side has done the same thing too, right? So I'm just like, what are they going? Like, what is each side going to say? Like, how are they going to finesse this from the first one? Anyways, so there's that. So Lori, let's just talk about a couple of, I don't know, some of the things I'll talk about in my video for the other channel tomorrow. So I listened to some of the interviews. I listened to Kay. I listened to Larry. I listened to Colby. I listened to Zach. The one thing that I think is so interesting, and I'm curious what y'all think about this too, is first of all, obviously we love Kay. She just went head to head or whatever. Hearing from the various people that said Lori was up there shaking when she went, toe to toe, head to head, whatever you say, with Kay or whatever. I was like, okay, that makes sense. And I can see that. Also listening to Colby as well as, what is it called? Kay, Larry, everybody. One thing I find fascinating about situations like this is the dynamic of, at some point, she was Colby's mom. She was Kay's sister-in-law. She was regular, right? She was not Psycho by the Killer. Lauren, I did not see the Ray Hermosillo one. That's the next one I want to watch. I've like slowly been catching up and like kind of going through from the beginning or whatever. So I think you sent it to me too, Lauren. Thank you. And thank you to everybody who sends me stuff. I try and respond or whatever. But if I don't know, I mean, trust me, I look at the stuff, right? And some of it just goes on my backlog or whatever. I mean, y'all know me, please. It's like, it's a struggle keeping my attention on something, right? I mean, we know this, right? So hey, Storm. Hello, the Storm. How are you doing? I always love the Storm's name. The Storm, if for those that aren't familiar, the Storm always has various names that tickle me. Very relatable to whatever is going on or whatever. And I appreciate the laughter. So pardon me. So we'll see. But listening to them talk about the previous Lori, because they were all basically like, yeah, we don't know this Lori. And I also love this part right here. This is in the K with her siblings talking to, I think, Justin. And she was basically like talking about how the jury or whatever. And she was like the all-male jury. And she was like, you know what? Maybe 10 years ago that would work for Lori. But she was like, and she did it in a very nice way. She's like, but she's past her peak. And I was like, you know, that's the thing. I think Lori is trying to go to what she knows, which is this, you know, the little girl, thank you, all that kind of stuff or whatever. And at some point in time, it might have worked, but it ain't working no more. Okay. And I think people are going to see through it. And I've seen a lot of people talking about this too. I've seen a lot of people saying the whole thing about like, a lot of dudes have dated a Lori at some time in their life, and so they're going to recognize this behavior because she is definitely put up. You can just see like the way she's talking to people, the way things she does, the things she focuses on, the things she doesn't focus on. The jury sees this. They're not dumb, right? Please hold. They see this, and I think they're going to notice that. Hold on, let's see here. I'm just going to catch up with y'all for a second. Hey, Veronica. Hey, Cindy. Cindy. Hey, Stitch. Hey, Tux. How's it going? Crafting on the floor. Just like, I don't think Karen Murder was the big cover. Yeah, this is 100% why I'm so fascinated to see how the second trial goes. So many layers. I listened to not so much, but about 2 hours worth of content on the Karen Reed thing on the way up here today. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Sandy. How's it going? Color Pencil Cow. What's up? So yeah, and then I mean, I'm just kind of surprised. So here's the thing too. So I'm switching back to Lori now. So once this is done, obviously we have Brandon's thing coming up, and then I don't want to say, oh, that's it, because obviously we're going to have appeals. We're going to have this. We're going to have that. Here's my thing with this current thing with the Charles Vallow trial. I can't, and I'm not trying to knock on fake wood. I don't see how they'll say not guilty. I don't see how it's possible. Hey, April F., how's it going? Hey, Rebecca. I do miss the little puppies. They're little. Read my hokey. Wait, hold on. The Storm. Thank you, Storm. Says read my hokey pokey song. I wrote it for you. Where is it at? Did you email it to me, Storm? Oh wait, here. Okay, wait. Hold on. You put some more fire and you take some. You didn't limit twist on things about greed. That is good, Storm. That's good. Oh my gosh. And also, y'all, I don't know if Slow's in here, but Slow does the intro song, and he did another one for Lori and then another one for Sarah, and then came up with some Portal Princess merch. So be sure and check that out too. Storm, that is good. Thank you for the smiles you always bring to my face. They are much needed. That's pretty darn good. That is pretty darn good. Oh, thanks. Love is the key. I appreciate it. Down Under says he is here. Oh, I almost said the Storm. I was like, yeah, the Storm's right there. It's Slow. Oh, hey, Slow. There you are. How's it going? Good to see you there. Oh, yeah. So Jace or Joy, I don't know, my eyes are tired. It says, hey, Paul, everyone. You think tomorrow Lori will say the evidence showed a few more things than I told you? Can you imagine if she did? Can you imagine? I mean, here, I'm telling y'all what, when the state gets up there and does their closing arguments and pieces it all, like does the official, you're done. Here, we're just going to send the jury off with this nice little whatever. What do you say? Right? What do you say? The state did a really good job in the beginning laying the foundation. Good Lord. And just getting the story out there. And you already know it is a condensed story, because if you follow the other two trials, like there was like a very condensed thing, but it's like they got like the greatest hits of the story and obviously the pieces that pertain to this specific aspect. We've already been through the stuff with the kids and Tammy, so we didn't need to bring all that in. They couldn't. And that was one thing that I really respected about Cabe, because I've been thinking about that a lot. Pardon me. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I've been thinking about that a lot, because I'm like, here's a woman who is sitting on a stand, years in the making, across from the woman who has been convicted of unaliving her grandchild. It gives me goosebumps right now. She is making sure not to bring anything up. It's like justice is at her forefront, right? I mean, it literally gives me goosebumps. Hey, John, how's it going? Literally gives me goosebumps. So my hat's just off to her. I mean, it really is. I'm just like, the fact that she did not just jump over. I mean, it's so awkward. Hearing Colby talk about what it's like seeing his mom in there, her turn around giving him like a droopy smile. I can't fathom. And just listening to somebody who you used to be like, oh, this is, my mom or whoever, rattling off all this stuff. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's so bizarre how deep that group is in that rabbit hole. Yeah, Lori thought she's Cindy. Yes, Cindy says Lori thought she was up there like Aaron Brockovich, 100%. The evidence will show. You already know, and I'm going to get this mixed up, but like some of the last stuff that Lori went over when that dude was up there, and I can't remember his name, but I really think it was the last person on the stand who he had all that information out there, but she wanted to go focus on the investigation part and ignore like all the text messages and all that type of stuff. And I felt like that's what Lori would do. If it was like damning testimony or evidence, she either went across them or she would just like pretend like that there's not an elephant in the corner of the room. We are not looking at that over there, right? And I think that was her. I mean, what else you gonna do? Like, what else you gonna do? Please help. Please help. Don't flatter yourself. It's literally my favorite too. Literally. I also liked how some of the witnesses openly laughed at her. And it's like, again, in any situation, if the defendant like had a leg to stand on, I would be kind of like, you know what, they're trying their best, whatever. But I think everyone was just on the same page, like that was in the know. Like a lot of the witnesses of like, girl, you're already convicted of some of the most heinous stuff, and you're up here trying to do this. Are you serious? No. I mean, it's just laughable. And the way she would get serious. And also, I think the jury is going to see this part too. So, oh, that's so cool, Mickey. I appreciate it. Wait, Brenda brings up a good. Oh, wait, okay. That brings me to another thing. So, first of all, Brenda says, and let me go put this up here. Hold on. Okay, so Brenda, how are you doing? This is Paul Squad. Does anyone think that they would have gotten away with it if Alex only shot once? That's an excellent question. And this also brings me back around to this. Okay, so in Kay's interview where she was like, we think that Lori took the second shot. What do y'all think about that? I never thought about that. I never contemplated that. And do I think he could have gotten away with it? Here's the thing. I don't think you can get around, no matter how many shots, taking 40 some minutes to call 911. I think this, if Alex had shot him, I'm not trying to like come up with a good way to get away with it for him, obviously. If Alex had shot him and Lori took the kids in the car, went a block down and called 911 right away and went in with the whole but they couldn't because it probably wouldn't have ended up the way they wanted to, right? Again, let me read your comments about this. Hold on. I think it depends on MA still show. Wait, hold on. No, I don't think they're not because they can actually see what happened. I wish they had checked their hands for gunpowder. I know, Roro. Jury's going to see how she acted in court trying to manipulate. Yeah, 100% Farmer. The colored says if they haven't if Lori didn't take out, hold on, JJ, they would have gotten away with all of it. I'm sad that Co's important knows her brother. So again, I agree. I think if they had stuck around, if the one shot took him out, now obviously if the first shot, like if it was like pretend everything's kind of set up differently, right? Pretend he took the first shot, bam, no need for second, whatever. Pretend he took the first one and it didn't, like he could have lived. You know, it was not going to end well. I don't think Veronica says, I don't think she'd ever get her hands dirty. True. Yeah, I wonder, I would love to hear Kay go into that more because I'd never considered that. And I was like, now, could I see her be, or Lori been that evil? Yes. The thing that was so messy about this group, and I think that they were literally so far up their own butts with we're the chosen ones, is, hey, Casey, is they were all like, what is the word? Obvious with technology. The technology put them all, I mean, throughout all these cases, right? It had Alex at the gravesite, you know, for the kids. So that's where they were so messy with I mean, thank God they were so messy with the technology. Hey, observation. Delusions of grandeur completely. Rob H told Colby he didn't think Lori shot the second bullet. Okay, cool. Okay, so culinary brings up another good point too. Culinary crime. First of all, how are you doing? Culinary crime says if I was on the jury, I'd wonder where all the witnesses are and who the heck Ned is. And Kay said this too. 100%. They have to be going into deliberate. Well, you know what I'm saying, closing in the deliberations, talking about where are all these people? Why aren't we hearing from them? Maybe they could see JJ because he's so young. But Tyler, like in my world, I would be like, why aren't we hearing from Tyler? Where's Tammy? Where's, you know, maybe they know about Chad. I don't know. You know, but all these people, like, why aren't we hearing about Alex? Like, what? Huh? Where are all these people? They have to be wondering. It would be, yeah. When the verdict came out and the judge was like, well, jury, I really do appreciate y'all. He doesn't talk like this, but it's my go-to judge voice. Y'all go home and check your phone stuff. Honey, I'd be in the bathroom right outside the jury office, whatever you call that. I wouldn't make it into the hall. I'd run in that bathroom. I'd fire my phone up and I'd put lock on that door and would not leave Google searches alone for at least an hour before I even got to the car. I will be so curious to be like, what is up? You know, they're going to go like binge on this case when they get home. Yeah, the judge is really handsome. Yeah, they're about, because this is the thing with this case. Like when I talk to people, like people who say don't know, like they're like, what? Lord Zombie? What? I even to do a 60-second thing, I like it's so I can't get you there. And then that's my version of it. Now you take somebody like Hidden True Crime, Lauren over there, who's done like deep into like all the like the intricate players of that world. I mean, there's so many levels to this world, I guess you could say, not just the case, but the world that the case enters you into. So if you look at like from like say my perspective that I know, like which I say there's like a superficial viewer who's just like, oh yeah, that zombie mom thing, yeah. Okay, then there's me who's like, I've followed the trials, I've done this, yeah, I know the major players in it. Okay, there's that level, which it's like you could be busy for weeks with that. And then there's like the Hidden True Crime level. I'm sure there's others I'm missing out that they're going like deep into like all the people who do this and that and the blah, 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 blah. It's crazy how far this goes. I think Lily is at, I can't, I'm sorry, all my glasses. She kind of gave up. She asked me, did you know JJ? Hold on, did you know JJ had autism? Oh, that's right, yeah. And thank you for the super chat. Hey, Diva, how's it going? Yeah, and Nate Eaton, amazing. He's gotten all these great interviews. He's just been wonderful. Yeah, and Brenda says she's been watching like all the stuff in the Chad Daybell trial and whatnot. That's the thing. You go back and listen to that stuff, and it's insane. Like all the stuff that this jury doesn't know. Like I said, some of the stuff they were able to just skim over for this, but I mean, they're going to be shocked when they go Google this and like really go into it and find out like, and again, I personally think they're going to come back with guilty, and they're going to be like, well, thank the Lord we did the right thing. I mean, come on. You think this is okay? Yeah, I think that they really got a jump. They really took off with this case. Hey, Shayna, how's it going? How are you? Right, Colored Pencil says Lori is no Jose bias. I mean, honestly, Elizabeth says no brainer guilty. I mean, remember what's the trial we watched recently where they like it was like they were gone maybe 45 minutes. Was it who's the girl in Tennessee? What is her name? Megan Boswell. Didn't they just like walk out and come back in basically? I feel like it happened very quickly. No, they came back the next day, didn't they? Wait, was it that case? I can't remember. Megan. Was it Megan? They're all becoming blurry. Yeah, I think Boone was really short. Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. So literally, I've gotten so many emails talking about the Boone. Okay, so we're ADDing over to Sarah Boone transcripts. Okay, so I've gotten so many emails talking about the sidebars or whatever have been released, whatnot. And I was like, you know what? I have not gone to the Orange County courthouse portal, like where the documents come from in a while. So maybe like 2 hours ago in the hotel, I was like, well, let me just, what's old Sarah up to? Y'all, I'm talking thousands of pages of stuff has come out. So this is my question. Now it's about the one that I just downloaded was like 2,600 pages basically, and it's the literal transcript of the entire trial. Now then I look back and I was like, oh, there's like other stuff coming out here too, and I got to see what these other transcripts are because I can't really tell, but they're like maybe 100 pages or 90 pages, maybe it's like sentencing. I don't know. I have to look at it. So then I was like, and you know how transcripts are, it's like, the judge, the this, the that, or whatever. So this is my question. And I did a little short on it, and I'll read the comments there and see. I was like, I would have so much fun. Well, let me hold on. Let me preface this with this. Give it a caveat. I was like, this would be so much fun for me to just start at the beginning and do different voices for each person and read through it and do little segments. And just not even try and get like that, like literally just start and do little installments of it or whatever, right? As long as I could. It would take me a while, okay? But to me, that would be fun. Now, here's the risk you run when I say that, and you already know. If it becomes boring, then I will not do it. You know what I'm saying? I'll like lose interest in it. Like, this is whatever. Kind of like Visions of Glory. Now, mind you, I brought the book with me so I can record some more of it while I'm up here. But I've just been busy with the other stuff and whatnot. But with the Sarah Boone thing, I think it's interesting. So my question would be, do you just start from the beginning and read all the way down? Let's do the sidebars. I don't know. You need to read the trashy novel. Right. So maybe sidebars. So I guess what I would do then is just look through it and try and find the sidebar. Pardon me. Some of us do the different people that me. Oh, gosh. Because he says, if you need help with them. Yeah, okay, cool. I appreciate it. Does it say, so in the big document, does it put the sidebars in there? I'm just reading your stuff right now. Oh my God, that would be fun. Yeah, let me sit here and think we could do, let me figure out how to go about this. So I'll have to look through and see if they have designated sidebars. Okay, wait, hold on. Search at the bench. Okay. Two and a half hours just to read the sidebars. Because 2,500 pages, honestly, would take me probably, you already know. We're months into Visions of Glory, and we're only maybe more than halfway through. I know, right? Okay, so maybe the side. Okay, so then I'll look through the document. Okay, gotcha. And there's some other I got to see what they are, because then also I've been going through the recent Stephen Stearns, what do you call it, motions or whatever, and looking through those things, kind of getting on like, okay, where is this at and whatnot with the suppression of evidence and this and that and blah, 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 blah. Because technically that trial is coming up. Like it would be the next one. But they're going to have a hearing, I think the 22nd or the 23rd, and we're going to see what's going to happen. It very well could be getting put off. We already know, well, what's her name? Corey Richards, I believe that's going to be put off some. You just never know with these cases. So then it could be that Karen Reed coming up and then Lori Daybell at the end of May, June-ish area or whatever. So Stefan's first trial is supposed to start like May 5th, something like that. But depending on what this hearing on the 22nd or 23rd, I can't remember. It's not in front of me. That could get postponed. Like it could get continued. So there's a bunch of motions about different varying levels of suppression of evidence with that cell phone and the stuff that was on the cell phone. If you've not been following that case, the I don't even know if you can give it a PG version, but there's really horrifying photographs of him and the victim on there. She's underage. Do the math on that. He's trying to say, suppress the evidence. They can't use this. They can't do that. And this first trial is about the stuff that was on the phone and those actions and things like that. And the secondary trial, which is going to be in September, allegedly, is on the unaliving of her. Oh, you were 100% watching Brandon's trial. Because here's the thing with Brandon. So I'm jumping around, kind of talking to comments and stuff in here. So the Brandon Boudreaux trial, we're talking about Lori Daybell now. He's alive, thank God, right? He can get up on the stand and talk. And trust me, that whole Brandon, Melanie, is it Pulowski now? Yeah, Melanie Pulowski. That whole thing, how she didn't catch a charge is beyond me. Again, many people involved in this case are just lucky that they're just lucky. That's all. Hold on one second. So it's going to be just as like the level of like Cade getting up there. I mean, he knows, and she knows he knows. You know what I'm saying? Zulema's another one that she skated at. Melanie Gibbs, Zulema, the other Melanie Pulowski, all of them, they really just skated around things. Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody know why Chad Daybell didn't get charged in this in the Charles Vallow thing, and potentially Brandon? Because I feel like Chad was in the Jeep for Brandon, in my opinion. And I feel like Chad's just as culpable, if that, however you say it, with the Charles Vallow trial. Not enough evidence, North says. Okay. Yeah, Casey says, have you heard Stefan's mom blame God for making him have this sidebar here, y'all? Okay, now I'm going to do a post for the members thing so, if you're a channel member or a Patreon member, we do the book club thing. Literally all it is we'll pick a book and kind of like haphazardly talk. I'll post videos or we'll do a live chat or whatever. We've been reading Where Was God? Jennifer Turpin, one of the Turpin kids, wrote this. It's on Audible and it's a very short book. And yes, I've kind of been very like laid off of it this month just because of obviously what we're doing with Lori and all this. So on the way here, that was what I was going to finish listening to. I had maybe 30 minutes left in it, and I'm not going to lie, y'all. And I mean, so slight trigger warning here, and all I'll say is this: when it started going into the segment it was going into, it started to get back into animal stuff, and I'll just leave it at that. And it specifically was talking about Yorkies, and I was like, you know what? I can't do this again with this book. I was like, I'm done. I cannot finish this. I was like, I just can't with this. These people are so vile and horrible. So I was just like, I don't think I can finish this book. And I've never not finished one like that. Right. I mean, just sorry people. And I'm not talking about Jennifer, obviously. I'm talking about the parents. But yeah, I was just like, I can't with this. Like those kind of images and stuff like that. And I mean, I heard a couple of things about it. And then she's like, now let me tell you about my next story. When I got this one dog, I was like, no, I know how it will end for her. God bless her. But yeah, these like last 3 days, for me at least, went incognito off social media. And that, again, that's, I just wasn't really on here. Wasn't like looking at too much stuff, whatever. Like literally today and last night's been my first, like, let me start looking at stuff and like getting caught up. And I was just like, whoo, because you kind of have to take a breather, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with this Daybell and all this. And so I was like, well, let me finish that book. And I was like, no, absolutely. So what I do is like, Karen Reed stuff on Court TV, right? Then it's any better. But that's more drama, right? That's not animals stuff. So, The Boy in the Box, that was another horrible one. Horrible one. Harmony Montgomery, literally, I mean, the instant goosebumps on my arm saying her name. That's another one. That one did me in for a minute. My God, it makes me want to cry right now thinking about her. Just bless her heart. Yeah, it sounds like the Turpin kids are doing. It was an interesting book in that way, but yeah, I had to be like, nope. Nope, I've heard enough animal stuff in this book to do me in. Yeah, Casey, I'm the same way. Now, okay, so people are asking, somebody says while I'm thinking about it, how is Asheville? Okay, so I'm staying in, I believe it's called the River District. Now, from what I'm understanding, now if you are from here, or whatever, more, let me know. I was told this is one of the hardest hit areas. Now, when I was driving in, and I've been here like several months ago, drove through and saw some of this. So, like the first thing, the way that I come in, there's this one place that you look to, and I don't know how to describe it, but it looks like if somebody took a house and buried it halfway on the beach, like it's not supposed to be there, kind of a thing. So it's like that, that's this thing that you see. It's just like this field of sand, and there's like a house there. So then you can see the trees ripped in half and stuff like that. I'm talking about the interstate or whatever. And so then there's a place where, you can see, like I call it maybe an encampment where it's like these used to be houses or whatever. But there's like tents and stuff like that along where the river was or whatever. I don't know how to say it. And then like with the exit I was coming to, like I came off and I was like, it takes me a minute or whatever to be like, oh wait, there shouldn't be a boat there, I guess. You know what I mean? And like where I filmed the video across from this I don't know why I'm pointing, but like all the trees are ripped down and stuff like that. So I mean it's still it's bad. Now they've gotten a lot. You could tell like the community has come together and whatnot and stuff, but it's like weird. Like we were here last time in some areas where there's like piles of just I don't know how to describe it. It's like, you know, tractor trailers and boats and house parts and you know, where there I mean, there's things that I know that were there that's just it's gone. Like the Starbucks I used to go to at Belmore, like there's nothing there. Like it's just gone, right? So it's very devastatingly sad in that way. You know, again, they've definitely come together. You know, just the brief times that I've been here, you can see how much progress has been made, but there's still. I've never been this close to a natural disaster, and I'm not trying to even like, make it like, oh my god, in 3 hours away. I have no idea what it would be like to survive this and live in it. But what I mean is because I'm familiar with Asheville, so that close in that way of like knowing what things used to look like and be, and then coming back and being like, oh, that's gone, or oh my god, like that used to be a that's where the river is now, or like there's this one thing where like the train tracks just like are twisted up into the air. I mean, it's wild. Mother Nature it's crazy. So yeah, very strong community. Sandy says we're also 30 minutes from little Evelyn Boswell. We're trying to go to the sentencing in May. I think Shane is 100% booked, stocked, ready to go. Some of the cult crimes I do cover, Brenda, like it kind of it just comes across the thing or whatever. Yeah, Evelyn Boswell was another one that did me. It's just, and I mean, you see the stuff coming across constantly, day by day. It's just bizarre. Oh, yeah, for this in Harmony Montgomery, yeah, she was Adam Montgomery. There's something going on with that kid. In fact, hold on, because I remember her. Please hold. Okay, I'm looking up. Oh, wait, here you go. Hold on. Please hold. Okay, so a month ago, that's what it was. Adam Montgomery is appealing the conviction of his, unaliving Harmony. Honestly, surprised he's alive. Yeah, I'm not sure about Chimney Rock, Sandy. So tomorrow I'm gonna go before we go live, like in the morning, I'm gonna go to the gym and then go hiking somewhere. So I'm gonna drive around a little bit more tomorrow. So I'll kind of be able to say, yeah, Classic and Sincere, those were another ones to break your heart. Never found. God only knows what fate they met. I mean, there's no telling. What Chimney Rock was completely wiped out. Yeah, I mean, there's part. So I know Christmas time when I went to Tennessee, like you had to go, like you still can't, right? Now, maybe now you can. I don't know. It's a few months ago. But I mean, it was like you saw some crazy stuff that way. There's pockets of it too. It's very weird to me. But if any of you have ever seen this on TV or survived, like natural, like tornado stuff like that, the things that get destroyed and the things that don't, where like what can be standing and next to it is obliterated. You know what I mean? It's so bizarre to me. Sebastian, I'm not sure. I am not in Arizona for the trial. Chimney Rock is gone. Okay. And I don't know, but I didn't ever follow the Summer Wells case deep enough to know anything about it, like to really speak on it, other than like very superficial headline type stuff. So I have no, like, I personally don't know enough about it to even have like an opinion on the parents in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, other than like some stuff seems shady, like I don't know all the facts to it. Also, I have no idea if they're going to ever be charged or if anything's going to come of it. Someone else mentioned something up here, Vanderhart. Okay, so that's another one. So I want to go back. There's so much different stuff I want to look into. I would love to go back on the phone calls from prisons channel where she has some of those phone calls from there and do something on it, because I've never listened to them. Oh, thanks, Ruby. Are you going to be coming to CrimeCon in Colorado? Shubadu, Colorado. Woohoo hoo, Colorado. They never found classic and sincere's bodies, but they did get convictions of the parents. I shouldn't say parents. The two people who adopted them. All said, you thank you for being a member for 10 months. Shh. Sarah's going, cool. Oh, I'm so excited to meet all of you. The adoptive demons. Thank you, Mac. Robin, I honestly thought about driving out there. And then I was like, no, it would take me weeks. This was 3.5 hours to get to Asheville. And I was like, it's just things for me as I get older, like sitting in like a car for that long, it's not good. My hips start screaming. It's just bad. But it's also kind of like, when you fly like that, it's just... Excuse me. New York to Delaware, back to New York. Oh, how is that like a really long drive? I'm not familiar with that area. Yeah, Stephen Stern's 100% streaming that. So as long as these kids, like whenever they do, obviously, but if it comes up, yeah. My thought process is if everything goes on time, it'll basically be Lori, Karen Reed, Stephen Stearns, Lori again. In there we have Donald Adelson, we have a Corey Richards, we have a Courtney Clenny. This is when and if these things go even this year, right? Sandy says it just gets worse, aches and pains. I know I need to say, I'm sure. Mark, who comes in the chat sometimes, he emailed me, was out that way. And he said, you know what? He said there's a bunch of hotels right around there. Because I'll say this, my understanding is the host hotel is booked up. But there's a bunch of little places around there. And so there's that. Now, hold on one second. Let me just focus for a second, which y'all know is like, well, let's just be honest here. Okay, where's Mark? Please hold. Here's Mark. Okay, so okay, yeah, hello, 120 right, you get excellent free breakfast. Other places, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, Mark's saying there's definitely places around the host hotel in downtown and stuff like that that are very doable, but also, if you're looking for fancy bougie, obviously they have that too. My thought process is this, and so we're going to go ADD over to CrimeCon for a second and tell me what y'all think, especially people who maybe followed or been for years. I think CrimeCon is going to probably only get bigger and basically go to locations where, and I think it's called Gaylord, the like the Opry, you know what I'm saying, where it was last year. those kind of places where it is in Denver, the Gaylord Opry or whatever they're called, those chains, and I don't know if you call it that, and basically go to those locations because they seem to be a shoe-in with it. And I'll be curious to see, because here's the other thing too. I was originally supposed to go to the United Kingdom CrimeCon, put it off for a couple of years, and then this year it's like it's not going to happen. So I was looking at the CrimeCon over there, and it's way more small and intimate, and like some of like that I don't know what you call them, but speaker headline people. I mean, their channels they're not huge channels, right? So I feel like that's probably what, and from what I've heard from people, that's what CrimeCon over here used to be like. Hold on, Turtle Boy posted that Harmony's mom, you're talking about Harmony Montgomery, has posted a thing for people to vote for her for Mother of the Year or something so she can win money. Oh my God, no. That's horrible. Yes, Courtney Clenny was watching a Christina Randall video, and now Christina Randall's covering her. Isn't that wild? I love Christina Randall. Come to UK. I know, I would love to, Lauren. Oh, I wonder if they don't come to Canada. See, in my world, I keep thinking I want them to go to New York or Chicago, because I've never been to Philly either. So I'm like, that would be a reason to go, right? And Jessica brings up an amazing point. She says, where'd you go? I love that hotel, but it's so big that running back and forth is no fun for my. Amen. Just to get from your room to the CrimeCon thing is insane, right? So it's crazy. Bye, Jessica. And now, just a heads up for people who are going, what we'll do is kind of like what we did last year. Once I get there and get the lay of the land, I'll shoot out a thing on the channel saying, hey, our meet and greet will be blank, and it's usually in the evening time, kind of early, like say 7 o'clock or whatever, because you already know. I typically go to bed pretty early. And then there's other stuff going on. People want to party, whatever. So then I'll also find the most convenient coffee shop and little like hangout area. And we'll do like a standing thing of like, I'm making this up. Every morning at 9 a.m., we're doing coffee at blank. And I'll just hang out there for like a little bit. And if anybody wants to come over and talk, we'll do that. I think that'd be a fun way to meet people. Chicago has a brand new, Samaria, and I hope I'm saying your name right. Are you the same Samaria who sent me the song of you singing today? Is that you, or is this a different one? Yeah, Casey, I agree. Yeah, the hotels. Here's the thing: when we went to Vegas, y'all, Samaria, and I hope I'm saying her name right. She sent me a song today, or I don't know how you say it, whatever, of her singing. Y'all, I'm talking literal. I don't know what you call the awards for singers, but I mean, a beautiful voice, like a professional. Like, why don't you have an album out, kind of thing? Why don't you want the Grammys, kind of a thing? I mean, oh my God, I just love that. So beautiful. So beautiful. Emily says Nashville did me in. Grammy Awards. Yeah, thank you. I couldn't get it out. Yeah, Nashville. Woo. Let me tell you what. Nashville, yeah. Oh yeah, Casey Anthony and TikTok. So a trend went around on TikTok then for people talking about Casey Anthony suing me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's the grift. She's going to get people to troll her, and then she's going to sue him. Let's see if she's still on there real quick. Hold on. For me, I didn't know how far away Nashville was. Nashville's like 10 hours away from me. So you already know. I was like, what? Of course, me not really looking it up till I got in the car. And I'm like, it's that far away? But it was fine. I mean, I picked Derek up and we did whatever. Please hold. I mean, she's still on there. I'll give her that. She said, comments are off. Comments are off. Comments are off. So then, of course, the next thing is let's go look at her Substack. Let's see, Casey Anthony Substack. This is where people were really going at it. Can you imagine if she was there? Casey Anthony was at CrimeCon. I mean, seriously. Like, let's see what this is. No. These have to be fake. These comment. Well, yeah. So she's still there. She's still there. But it seems like she's kind of doing like political stuff, and the comments are like, it's like 9 of them from a thing she did 3 days ago. And the comments are kind of like, thank you for posting this really great information. Now we know what to do. It seems very fake, right? Summer Shiflett was there, yeah. Yeah, Summer Shiflett was there. She spoke. She was interesting to hear. Stitch says, well, Katy Perry did just get a space for all women, so maybe we can move to Mars now. So I kept seeing like people, what do you call it when you like mimic somebody's video or whatever? I forget what you call that. I kept seeing all the people mimicking Katy Perry's space thing. So then I was like, let me go look Katy Perry up real quick. And I was like, oh yeah, this is really cringy. Like, it's so funny. I just think we live parody. Thank you, Lauren. I think that we live in a time where, and here's the thing, like, so Teenage Dream, that album, plays. I still listen to that. Like, that Katy Perry, she was the definition of pop music, right? So this isn't like I hate Katy or anything like that. But we live in a day now where a lot of these celebrities of that world, these major celebrities, the way celebrity used to be, are still celebrity in that fashion, and it's just different now. And so it seems very out of touch, a lot of the stuff that these people do, right? And so I think the backlash they've received is, I mean, people are just like, huh? Like $28 million to go to space and that kind of stuff, right? So yeah, space tourism for billionaires because ocean tourism didn't end well. That's my thing too. I'm like, you couldn't give me good money. We saw what happened to the people who went to the Titanic. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, that's the thing. The celebrities, Brady says, the celebrities are celebrity in their own mind. Exactly. Yeah, Prism and Witness were good. I mean, Katie has her spot in that, but I think a lot of times, like these mega celebrities, it doesn't matter. I saw somebody do a TikTok that was talking about this. They're like basically saying, why do people expect celebrity, like somebody like Katy Perry, to be, what was it, relatable? They basically like, these people are like mega millionaires. Yeah, they might have been normal at one point, but they've been like super rich for so long. And I was like, you know what? It's true. I don't expect them to be relatable at this point. They just live in their own little bubble. Yeah. And that's the other thing. I was like, this is okay. So you know how there's the whole thing about like, what did we really go to space like way back when or whatever? I was like, we've been now reduced down to because there's the whole thing, did they really even go up in the rocket thing or whatever? Saying like, now we've been reduced down to Katy Perry go to the highest limit you can go to, without whatever. I saw this video one time, and I don't know what this was. You can probably YouTube it, and I don't know who, whatever. But it was essentially this training that they do for, I don't know what kind of Air Force or space, whatever it is. But where you're going so high up in the atmosphere, it's like you're in, like to us, we would call it space like that, and you're jumping out of this thing, right? This dude's doing this. I don't know what he did because you're not breaking the sound barrier. It's some kind of thing. And I was like, this is crazy because I call that space. You know what I'm saying? And like the same thing is like Katie and them, but it's not space like that, right? So I was just like, yeah, they just went up to that part right there. I don't care how much money I have. Absolutely no. I'm not going deep in the ocean. Honestly, questioning getting on an airplane these days. Certainly not even to the outer atmosphere. Would it be cool? Of course. But you just can't trust stuff like that anymore. Not like we had that. You know what I'm saying? So I would never do that. I would never go deep in the ocean. Just no. Yeah, too much for the airplane. So that's what I was thinking about driving to Colorado. I was like, ugh, too many things falling out of the sky. I mean, in that submarine, God, those poor people in there. I mean, can you imagine the kids on there? I know they were like not kid, like it was like, with their teenager, whatever they were, but nonetheless, but those few seconds, the horrifying noises they had to have heard. The one that I keep seeing people make fun of is, I guess, where Katie had this flower and she's like, it's just so funny. This is the thing too. Social media, like the comment sections on social media, you can't, like, imagine if your regular TV had a thing. I can't really show it to you, but like right here in your screen where people were like a live chat, but for TV, where we could sit there watching a TV show and interact with each other in real time. That would bring ratings back up for like just regular TV, because at this point it's like, it's way more entertaining to me to pull up like TikTok, and I'll pull the video up and immediately hit the comment thing just so I can read the comments while the video's going, because that to me, I'm like, I love the comment section. It's the best entertainment. Yeah, wouldn't it be great? Yeah, Casey says, when you see a large garbage bag on the side of the thing, you wonder what body part it is. 100%. Yeah, these are completely my ADD. This is just how my conversations go. I don't think Netflix has comments, but they really should. Because even, and this is the thing too, there's so many options. When you have to go watch TV, there's too many things out there. So that's why it's easy just to go like, boom, TikTok, boom, Insta Reels, whatever your thing is, right? And you're just, like this. Now, if I want something more stimulating, sure. But there's so many options. I don't know if you can thumbs up or thumbs down on Netflix either. It's like literally TV feels antiquated. Like we should be able to do that. Yeah, if I could comment throughout the series, oh please, I'd be invested. It'd be so much fun. I haven't watched Happy Face yet. Is it good? It's awesome. Okay. The Bear. What's The Bear? Is that the Cocaine Bears? That movie's good if you haven't seen it. I've not seen The Great American Family. Oh, now there's Natalia Grace. I think I did see that. Yeah, YouTube has become my like TV. What I do is I'll put TV on. So that's why like my movie reviews and stuff like that, like especially if it's home, if I'm like, did it make me put my phone down? You know it's good if it made me put my phone down. The television competes with your phone because the phone is brainless. It's instantaneous entertainment and brainless. Because most of the time, especially for me, I just want to unplug. And here's the thing too. So we're sitting here, you know, constant true crime content, right? Of variety. So a lot of times by the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I've been watching YouTube for hours. I don't want to pay attention to what's on TV, but I'd like something going. And then TikTok or whatever the case may be, you know, just catching up social media, whatever. It's that nice brainless. I want funny. I want, you know, funny falls. I want, you know, dumb stuff. Light. You know, I don't want to pay attention. Oh, I haven't seen The Bear then. That's 1:06 a.m. Oh my gosh. Yeah, pet videos, funny pets. We might get, you know what? So we might get a handstand out of Lori. I feel like Lori does need to do either yoga or a handstand during closing arguments. I like her algorithm, Jessa. Stephanie Sue, what's she been up to? Hold on. I love her. Hold on. Stephanie Sue. She has so many different Stephanie Sue, so many different channels. Okay. Divorce show brings worse couples. Nepo billionaire boy gets influencer preg. Chinese singles inferno made for hot. I guess so she's still. It's interesting how her channel has morphed and changed over time. Does she still do the mukbangs when she does them? Well, let's see. I'm not going to do it loud so it doesn't get a copyright strike. But no, she's just talking in this one. I'm very big on Rotten Mango. Is that one? Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I love Schitt's Creek. Oh my god, Bailey Sarian's cute too. Not, I mean, she's cute physically, but like I like her channel too. Is what I mean. Yeah, Rotten Mango's really good. So let's sum up, or let's, how do you say it? Not rehash, but review. Let's review tomorrow, the next couple of days. So 2 p.m. Eastern time, we're going live, closing arguments. I'll be here probably 30 minutes before. Totally depending on what happens tomorrow, Tuesday morning, 9 a.m., Karen Reed, opening statements. If we have not finished up with Lori tomorrow, pardon me, whenever Lori verdict comes in Tuesday, we will switch over to that. That will take precedence. And that's what we'll do. So it's kind of it. So I'm going to head out. I'm going to finish my food and finish doing my upload for the morning and then go to bed and get up early and go to the gym and then go for a hike and then come back and watch Lori Daybell get convicted of all the counts, right? So we'll see. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you, mods, for being here, hanging out, keeping the cushions fluffed. I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter, a wonderful Sunday, a wonderful weekend, whatever it is you do or celebrate. And that's it. I love y'all. I will see you tomorrow afternoon. But I'll play Slow Morrison's little outro song for us. And that's it. Thank y'all very much. I love you, and I will see you soon, Sofa Squad. Hasta la vida.
The pillows are fluff thanks to Miss Emily. The couch is wide enough, join the family. It's all love while we laugh at Bert's criminalities. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup at hey, 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 come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please, the puppies need me. Oh, oh, please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credential stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup and hey, 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 come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh please, the puppies need me. Oh please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credentialed stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup that hey, 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 come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.